we're talking about, oh my God, I trigger warning, and I was zooming in, involuntary zoom in of Hillary. Oh my God. Oh my God. Let's see what happens with Hillary. Hillary, what are you up to? We'll lose total control if social media stops censoring content. That's what it's all about, folks. They want social media to censor content. And that's why I need to talk about Facebook and something that happened to my Facebook page, which is not good at all. But first, let's listen to Hillary, which she is really hell-bent into censorship. And she knows one thing or two about the topic.
If the platforms, whether it's Facebook or Twitter X or Instagram or TikTok, whatever they are, if they don't moderate and monitor the content, we lose total control. And it's not just the social and psychological effects, it's real harm.
It's real harm. I don't know. That's like the movie Surrogates. You're going to be damaged physically because of something that comes out of your monitor or something, that's your screen. I don't know how that works, but I know that trying to monitor misinformation starts by defining what misinformation is. And it starts by one organization or a group of individuals being the judges of misinformation, which is not going to work. But especially, have you seen Facebook? I need to talk about Facebook. We are going to be see the meltdown of CNN, MSNBC, and The View, all calling for online censorship as they lose control. Watch it till the end. What happened here?
I think in a normal country, we would say, hold on a second, maybe we need to have a different set of regulations for social media platforms now they're this big.
It would help if we...
Okay, they need a different set of regulations for social media platforms now that they are this big. You remember that they said Twitter was done the moment that Elon bought it, and say that this is the end of Twitter. Like he's firing like 80% of the workforce. What is gonna Elon do? What is he doing? He doesn't have any idea what he's doing. I'm betting on Elon. Remember Peter Thiel's words. Never bet against Elon. You don't do that. You don't do that. It's that simple. And see what they have to say.
We could regulate social media because one of the biggest offenders is D.C. and Congress have not been able to do one thing in regard to the rogue corporations of social media.
And then
this is exactly the same as just saying that, you cannot say whatever you think on the street. And you see that in some countries, like, in the UK, you cannot even pray silently because you will be detained. It's something that is baffling to know, but if we don't defend freedom of speech worldwide, is going to be under attack. And they don't want anybody to have this kind of power. I am like sort of building this kind of power. That's why one of the reasons I needed to sunset the body language guy and just become my own name right here. Why? Because I wanted to become a voice as well. And maybe the body language part was hindering myself a bit. But it's necessary. It's necessary nowadays. And I thank you for all the great and positive feedback. Has been 100. It's something baffling. I always post something on X or on YouTube, the community tab. And I always get like maybe 5% bad feedback or negative feedback or, trolls and haters. This time was 100% positive. It was amazing. So many of you, we're going to follow you no matter where you go, how you are called and everything. I just want to make things simpler and make the Jesus Enrique Rosas show the hub for everything. That is about freedom of speech.
And then moves them through YouTube videos, through podcasts, moves them from that annoyance all the way slowly to a full-blown fascist politic. We don't have the equivalent of Joe Rogan.
This is important. I need to talk about this.
And Jordan Peterson to move that man in a feminist direction.
Go fuck yourself. Is that clear? I hope it is.
Yeah, forgot that this clip was out there. But I want to nail it in the sense of having a equivalent of Joe Rogan for the left. They have lost the plot because Joe Rogan is essentially, he has been like up to 15 minutes ago a liberal. In fact, he doesn't push any politics on his own on his show. His show is literally just sitting down with people talking. It's that simple. There's no agenda. He's not pushing anything. I could say that I'm way more biased on my show than Joe Rogan, and he invites anybody. He just wants to hear anybody's take on any of these topics. Maybe we could talk about climate change, and he invites all the people that are pro and against climate change. That's the thing with Joe Rogan. It's not that he's pushing for anything political, and it so happens that he has grown a massive audience like that. I feel that I cannot have the same neutrality. I need to talk about what I think is the right thing to do. That is my take. Some people are more neutral. I could be a bit more rough in that regard. I need to have a stance, to make a stand for something. But it's not like you can build. Let's build a liberal Joe Rogan show. No. And I was making some, research on YouTube. And there are these channels. I don't remember the name now. I'm going to do the research maybe for tomorrow's show to mention them. I'm going to mention them. There are these liberal influencers with hundreds of millions of views, something that is baffling. And the comical thing is that neither Biden or Kamala at no point of their campaigns paid attention to them. These people have hundreds of millions of views on YouTube. They reach out to Biden's campaign and Kamala's campaign, and they did not pay attention to them. So it's kind of funny. And the other thing is that so many of you, I know that so many of you have stuck here, and I'm really grateful about that, is that we are not really pushing politics. I am not really pushing politics. I'm trying to talk about common sense. And when you see that, I'm not saying that Republicans are full of common sense. They can be quite crazy, especially the most extreme ones, in which I disagree with many topics with them. But when it comes to common sense, it's like when you go from the center to the left, it's like not much common sense in there. You speak, they speak, and it's nonsense. How can you build anything regarding a platform if you speak against common sense? Most people are against the trans agenda. That is a reality. There are polls about that, and Democrats want to deny it over and over again, and that's why they will fail.